Are we on? We're on.
I'm
Uh,
always on.
it's hello. It's us from Science Fiction Double Feature Movie Reviews. We're doing a video again. We did this last year, but since we're in the same country again, we figured we'd do that. Because I'm at Terry's new house. It's pretty good. It's got some well-placed smoke detectors. That's very exciting.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah. So, what should we talk about movies? We're just going to talk about what we've seen this year.
It's the end of the year.
It's the end of the year.
We're done.
We're done.
For 2015.
Screw yous. We're done. Let's never talk about it again. That's not true. Okay, so we're going to just talk about... What have we got here? I'll read this list here. We're going to talk about the worst film, the most disappointing film, a film that was surprisingly good, and our favourite films, and what we're expecting, what we're excited about next year. So, I'm going first, aren't I?
We'll go in turns.
We'll go in
each
turns.
Category. Yeah.
Okay, so worst film.
Worst film.
The worst film of the year for me was Jurassic World because it sucked. Do you want to go?
That's terrible. I love Jurassic World.
No, it sucked.
No, you suck.
No, it sucked.
No, I don't want to get an argument about this again. So, my worst film of the year was Black Hat. Chris Hemsworth trying to portray a computer hacker, but he's built like friggin' Thor still. So it's not very believable. It's boring as batshit. The plot is thin as, and I couldn't even finish it. It was the one movie this year I couldn't finish.
Really?
And I even watched all of the Human Centipede 3. So it comes after Human Centipede 3.
I see.
So do not see Black Hat. Do not waste your money on the $5 renting at the vending machine down the road or on iTunes. Don't see Black Hat. Did you watch Black Hat?
No, I didn't see Black Hat. I don't know if it even came out in New Zealand.
No. It was right at the start of the year.
Yeah,
It was pretty bad.
Probably. No, I don't think I saw that.
Mm.
Right. Have you just got one bad film?
I've just got another one that I was really bad was Jenny's Wedding. Jenny's Wedding.
Who's Jenny?
Jenny is portrayed by Katherine Heigl.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, and she's marrying Alexis Bledel.
Oh,
and
okay.
it's pretty much her just yelling at her parents for 2 hours, or hour and a half. No, 2 hours I think it was, because it felt like 2 hours. Because they can't accept that she's gay.
Okay.
So it was pretty poor.
Okay. So
it was just bad all around.
Okay. Fair enough.
Alexis Bledel will not win Best Supporting Actor because she did not support anything. She supported nothing.
She didn't support...
She was the worst wife ever.
Worst... Wow, them's fighting words.
And I love Alexis Bledel.
You do.
I'm a big fan of Rory Gilmore, but there's no.
Fair enough. So don't watch that.
I'll go watch her in Travelling Pants or something.
Fair enough. You can go and watch Travelling Pant movie. Alright, shall we move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
The biggest disappointment, for me it was Chappie, which I think was my most anticipated movie of last year that wasn't Star Wars. Chappie wasn't very good. It had a fun robot, but it just wasn't particularly clever. It had Hugh Jackman as the most ridiculous Australian I've ever seen on film. I don't know who goes to work with a mullet and shorts and an unloaded gun. Like, I don't know who goes to work like that.
I always load my gun.
I am activating the moose. Remember that? Do you remember that? Did you see it?
Yeah, I watched it. All I remember is something about being as mad as a frog in a sock.
Yes, Hugh Jackman. But Sigourney Weaver at one point just announces over the PA, "I'm authorizing the moose." It was very bad. Chappie wasn't very good. It was kind of fun. The robot was good. Chappie the robot was good, but it wasn't a good movie. It's just a bit crap, unfortunately. So yeah, that was pretty disappointing.
You should go home and watch Short Circuit just to make you feel better.
I don't like Short Circuit that much.
What about the second one?
No.
Even shorter. Or circuitier. Less circuit.
Less. So even shorter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even shorter circuits.
Yeah.
I was disappointed by Del Toro's film Crimson Peak.
Okay.
I was really hoping for a really cool haunted house, sort of a ghost story by Del Toro, because he's got some great style to him in gothic style, and it just turned out to be a bit of a love story that happened to have a ghost in it every now and then.
Did the ghost fall in love? No, it didn't.
No, it didn't do anything.
Exciting.
and
Less exciting than season 2
so
of Round the
I
Twist.
was quite disappointed by it quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's just not. I know a lot of people who loved it, but it's not what I was hoping for, and not what I think they were trying to sell.
No, I think it was
In the
sold as
trailers.
a creepy horror movie from Del
Yeah.
Toro when it was a gothic horror.
Yeah, but I'll give them credit. At the start of the movie, they do say that it's just a love story that happens to have ghosts in it.
Okay.
Of course, there's a whole she's writing a book in the movie, and she happens to say it's not a ghost story; it's a love story that happens to have a ghost in it.
Okay.
And it kind of sets that whole thing for the whole movie.
But the ghost isn't in love. Does the
No.
ghost? No one kisses the ghost.
No.
Oh. Seriously, much less good than Round the Twist season 2.
Mm.
Anyway, that's upsetting. All right. What are we talking about? What's next? Oh, this is good. This is biggest surprise.
Positive. We'll move on to the positives.
This is. Hang on. I'll put my. Yeah. Here we go. Biggest surprise for me was Mission Impossible 5, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Was really good. I don't know. Maybe this isn't a surprise to other people who've kept track of the Mission Impossible movies, which I really haven't. It was really good. It was a really funny, smart action movie with a really good chase scene that then became another really good chase scene. It was a clever movie that knew everyone was smart enough to keep up. So it was really, really exciting. Yeah, you should see that. Don't see Spectre. Don't see, what was that other junk? Kingsman. Just see Mission Impossible 5. It was really, really good. So was Focus as well. I was kind of I wasn't quite sure which would be my choice here, but Focus, which was the Will Smith and Margot Robbie con man movie, was incredibly good, was incredibly clever. It went in directions that I didn't think it would. And it was really, really fun. It's the first, as other people have said, it's the first time we've seen fun Will Smith in a long time. And it was really, really fun, and you should see that as well. Those were probably two of the cleverest movies that came out this year. It didn't really look like they would be, but then they were. So yes, see both of those. See Focus and Mission Impossible.
I really liked Focus.
Focus was really good.
But it got a lot of bad press. I know a lot of people who did not like it at all.
Very strange.
And I really enjoyed it when I went in and saw it. This is the movie when they announced that Margot Robbie was going to be Harley Quinn. I was like, oh, I don't really see it. But once I saw her in this, I could put it together and like see the type of character she'd bring to it. So I enjoyed Focus. My most surprising was Spy.
I thought you didn't like Spy.
No, I did like Spy. I didn't think I'd like Spy.
Oh yeah, you didn't because you don't like that Melissa McCarthy.
I don't like
shtick.
Melissa McCarthy. I don't like her type of comedy stuff. I like her in Gilmore Girls. Hey, there's a second mention in Gilmore Girls.
Well done.
Yeah. We'll see if I can make it free later. So I like her in that sort of role, but I don't like her in the comedies. I didn't like her in Bridesmaids or Tammy or what was the other one with Sandra Bullock? Heat.
The Heat.
The Heat. I don't like her in these sort of roles. And I went in there and expected not to like it and not to laugh. But I laughed quite a bit in it. So I was very surprised by it, and it is a very good movie.
I've heard about Spy. Rose Byrne is really good in that. Rose Byrne is really good in that. She was really good. Yes, cool.
And I like how Jason Statham in it isn't like the big... Did I say his name wrong?
Jason Statham.
Statham.
Yeah.
Oh, I was close.
He was hilarious. He was like, yes.
Yeah, I like how he wasn't like the straight one. Well, he was the straight one, but
he wasn't the straight man.
He wasn't the spy.
He was the wonderful parody of Jason Statham. It
exactly.
was amazing.
It was really good.
It was tremendously fun. It was really, really good. Cool. So yeah, see spy movies that weren't Spectre or Kingsman.
I like Kingsman.
I don't like him.
I haven't seen Spectre.
Spectre's just kind of dull.
I want to get to it tonight.
Not-
Tomorrow night. It's still at the cinema.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's if you like Bond movie, then I guess you can complete it, but it's really not very fun. Anyway, what are we up to? Are we up to
The last ones.
the last one?
The tops.
The top films. All right.
You're the tops.
I know I am. Oh god. Ugh. So I'm doing this in two parts. I'm doing the top movie that wasn't Star Wars, and then the top Star Wars film of the year.
I wonder what that was.
That's how I see Star Wars. It's a thing apart. Yes. So my best movie that wasn't Star Wars was Big Hero 6. Which we should explain why it's Big Hero 6. We do for our end of year. We do Boxing Day to Boxing Day Australian releases because that's when a lot of big films come out on are released on Boxing Day
In Australia.
in Australia and New Zealand. So that kind of makes a bit more sense than just a yearly release. So yes, it was Big Hero 6, which was amazingly fun. It was basically the year of cinema when you should have just stayed home and watched Big Hero 6 until Star Wars came out. It was so much fun. It's so rare to see a movie about making things, and it's a movie about making things, about making a robot that's useful. Even though it's a superhero story nominally, and there's a lot of fights, it's not about that at all. And pretty. It's basically flawlessly executed in terms of the supporting characters, the arc of everyone, the robot. Oh, the robot is so much fun. It's just so good. There's a car chase. There's
Stan Lee cameo.
there's a Stan Lee cameo. I don't know that too much. There's so many things. Oh, it's so good. Big Hero 6 was yes a very very good movie. That I ended up comparing a lot of movies to, notably Chappie, I guess Jupiter Ascending, a bunch of movies that just
That's
weren't
confusing.
that good. Jupiter
Well,
Ascending.
how would you compare Jupiter Ascending to it?
Because
There's no one there speaking like this.
does that happen in? When does that happen in Jupiter Ascending?
Eddie Redmayne. That was my.
Oh,
Eddie
that was your
Redmayne
Eddie
impression,
Redmayne.
impression. It's pretty bad.
Find him! That's Eddie Redmayne.
Well, was closer to Voldemort, I think.
I think yours was. Oh god, he was wonderful in Jupiter Ascending. That's the other dumb movie that I absolutely loved this year was Jupiter Ascending. It was stupid. It was wonderful. It was wonderfully fun.
That should be a category. Let's make that a category.
What stupid? But fun.
Stupid movies that we actually enjoyed.
Okay.
I'd go Seventh Son.
You liked Seventh Son?
Yeah, it's a terrible movie,
It's
but it's
terrible.
fun. It is fun.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it even that fun?
It was fun.
I didn't like it. I thought Jeff Bridges had the most ridiculous accent. What are you doing? It was. It could have been good. It could have been good because I liked that Julianne Moore was like a spurned lover. That was
that's
quite
right.
fun.
And she was just coming off Still Alice as well.
She
So
was.
it's
Yes.
quite a different typecast. She's not typecast.
And that was the earliest thing I think this year we saw Alicia Vikander, who then was really good in Ex Machina and The Man from U.N.C.L.E. She was in those, and she was quite good in those. And so she said there's just complete junk of a film about nothing in particular. Yeah, that was good. But Jupiter Ascending, like, everyone hates it, and deservedly. It's a stupid. The main story is stupid, but it's so wonderfully fun and ridiculous.
I just remembered Channing Tatum in it.
He's,
And his ears.
but bees. The bees recognize royalty. Bees. Bees.
It's
It
terrible.
was so much fun. They had gold spaceships and an elephant man. So much fun.
Did you compare Big Hero 6 to Ex Machina?
Not to the same extent, but no, not really. I liked Ex Machina, but they were very different in tone. But I guess things like Age of Ultron, which we haven't even mentioned, but a lot of the superhero movies, a lot of things like Jurassic World, which aren't that interesting.
Which are great.
It just, in comparison, it doesn't, like, it was just a year when you may as well have stayed home and watched Big Hero 6. It was so good. So you should watch that again. Cool. Oh, I know, I got to talk about my second favourite was a movie that I didn't review, called Victoria, which is, I think, a German-Spanish production. It's one continuous shot, and it's actually a continuous shot. It's not digitally stitched together, I think. It's about a Spanish girl working in Berlin who, just at 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning in Berlin, just meets these four guys and has a fair look. They just go up to the roof and smoke pot. And then as time goes on, she gets wrapped up in a crime that they're involved in and gets further and further drawn into this caper. It's not a fun caper. But yeah, it was a really good movie. It's really, really intense. For a continuous shot movie as well, it's incredibly good at establishing the characters and just establishing the sort of fatalism of what goes on. There's some really good performances from actors whose names I've forgotten. Max Mouse, who's in Sense8, is in it. As he's in everything that has German people in it now. He was in Bridge of Spies as well. But it's really, really good. It's really, really clever. It's really, really intense as well. It's an incredibly good crime movie and just generally a very, very good movie, and you should absolutely see it. It might still be showing it. No, I don't think it was showing at Academy in Auckland, but I don't know if it still is. Um, but if you can get to, it's presumably a limited release in Australia as well. But if you can get to that, you absolutely should, because it was really, really good. Um, anyway, what was your
Well,
bestest?
before I do that,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
just read out some. We had some people comment on what their favorite
Oh yeah, we
movie
did.
was.
That's our friend Sarah.
So our friends, the Hilkmans.
The Hiltmans,
So
hello.
Sarah and Mark. Mark, hello.
Just up the road.
That's all right. We can see your cars every time we drive past, so take that. But unless they're not there, then where are you? Anyway, so and Mark, you also might remember Mark from Movies with Mates on our podcast. He's a repeat offender on that. So we have they wrote into us their favorite movies. Sarah had Age of Ultron.
No,
She
yeah.
really liked Avengers.
Fair enough.
And Mark said Mordecai.
I don't think I like Mordecai.
I think Mark really enjoyed Mordecai, but he enjoys how much I didn't like it and it's stirring me up.
Good work.
So I'm pretty sure I think he really did enjoy it and find it funny, but he's just stirring me up with that. I don't know what his actual one was.
I bet it's Mordecai.
It could have been, even though we did really love Shaun the Sheep. Shaun the Sheep was a fantastic
Shaun the Sheep
movie.
is quite fun.
It was very funny, and we had a great time, especially when we were laughing, and the rest of the cinema, which was built of mainly under 10s.
Built of under 10s.
Yes, they were holding the cinema
The whole
together.
cinema, were you
They were
sitting
holding
on them with the
screen.
chairs like
Yeah.
formed out of children?
That's
cool. That sounds great.
So my best of the year, I've got 5. I'm gonna run through. I'll
Okay.
run through a couple of them quickly, and then maybe get into a bit more on the top ones. So in number 5, I've got Birdman, released at the end of last year in every other country on the earth. Came out here at the start of the year. Alejandro Inarritu. I've been practicing that.
Oh, well done.
Yes.
Work.
So I really enjoyed that. Michael Keaton in that was fabulous. The cinematography in it was great. I love that it got the Oscar this year. So see Birdman is well worth it. Jurassic World is coming in at number 4. I love Jurassic World. It's full of the nostalgia, the dinosaurs, everything I wanted from this Jurassic Park movie. But in saying that, I don't want to see people get chased around by the dinosaurs again on an island. It's been done. I got the nostalgia, the feels with that, and we can move on. The sequel, I reckon, Jurassic Core.
Jurassic Core.
Yep. Let's get him in the military.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's send him down the rabbit hole and
Yeah.
fish out those Iranians.
It's. So yes, just to clarify, Terry means core as in the Marine Corps, not as in dinosaurs go to the center of the earth, which
Ooh.
I could get behind. To be honest,
Didn't Brendan Fraser do that in Journey to the Center of the Earth?
were there dinosaurs?
Was it Brendan Fraser?
Yes.
Or was it The Rock?
Well,
No, it wasn't The Rock.
The Rock was in Bridge to Terabithia. No.
No, he wasn't in Bridge to Terabithia.
Isn't that one with the taxi? Oh no, that was Journey to the Mysterious
Taxi
Island.
driver?
He wasn't in taxi. anyway.
So see Jurassic World, despite what Tim says, it is a very good movie. It's just a good fun movie, and you can look at it and go, wow, look at all these references from my childhood. And that was great. Mad Max comes in number 3. Very good film. Furiosa was outstanding in it.
Yeah, it was good. It was very
And
good.
the effects in it, all the practical effects really made the chase scenes and all this. So I really enjoyed Mad Max. Inside Out comes in at number 2, which I'm surprised you didn't have at number 1.
I have it at number 3.
Number 3, okay.
Yes.
So Inside Out comes in at number 2 for me. Just Pixar was on the top of the game there. That is probably one of the best Pixar, not the best, but one of the best Pixar movies I've seen for quite some time. So yeah, get in and see that. There is so much. There's so much
really
depth. There is so much depth in it, and it doesn't dumb it down for the kids. So
No, it's very, very clever and it's very, very well done. It's very good.
And my number 1 is the Brian Wilson biopic Love and Mercy, starring Paul Dano and John Cusack. Now I really love this because you get to see so much of Brian Wilson that you never heard of, you never knew about. What was happening to him when his manager was pretty much just abducted him, pretty more or less, and taking control of his life and drugging him up and making him give him all his money.
Huh.
It's a really good film, and I really enjoy the split timeline, the
Oh
how
yeah.
that is, and so you got Paul Dano as the young creative type of Brian Wilson. Then you've got the old damaged John Cusack Brian Wilson, and what makes this great is they've obviously spent time with Brian Wilson, and they copy his mannerisms. So
Oh,
they may
okay.
not look alike in the film,
Yeah, but they
but the
still.
mannerisms that they get there is just spot on. And if you've seen anything of Brian Wilson from the past 10 years, let's say, like in
Mm.
like interviews and stuff,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can just see all those mannerisms
Okay.
that they've created. And it's just absolutely fantastic. It's my favorite film of the year.
Cool.
You haven't seen it, have you?
No, I haven't actually.
You don't like the Beach Boys, do you?
I do like the Beach Boys. I just don't
They
like.
give you some good
I don't
vibrations.
like biopics that much,
Yeah.
to be honest. Anyway, cool.
Another good biopic was Amy.
Well,
That
that was a
Amy Winehouse.
documentary.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
missed
Okay,
that.
that
It
was a
was
doco. Yeah.
at the film festival this year in Auckland.
Oh, also that's our top films.
Is
So
that
mine was
I
Love
have
and Mercy. Yours was
Big Hero
Big
6
Hero
of
6.
not Star Wars,
And now
but
you want to do your Star Wars
my
top
best
movie.
Star Wars movie of the year was Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. I've seen it 3 times. It's amazingly good.
We just got back.
Yeah, we just got back from Star Wars. We just got back from a Star War. It's I I'd rate it equal second myself. I'm one of the people that don't rate Empire as the best. I think Episode 4, like Star Wars, is the best Star Wars.
I like Return.
Yeah, and traditionally people rate Empire the best. I'd rate Empire and The Force Awakens equally. At the moment, it's so good. It's a breath of fresh air for anyone who's been familiar with what's been going on in Star Wars for the last couple of decades, to be honest. In terms of both the expanded universe and the prequels, it's very very clever. It very much feels like Star Wars. It's spot on in terms of the new characters and the new characterization. Particularly Rey, who's the best thing to happen to Star Wars in a long long time. Which is not to put not to what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Everyone else is good as well, particularly John Boyega's Finn. It's a really, really good Star Wars movie. I'd probably going to rate the midnight screening of that I went to on opening night as the best cinema experience
Oh, yeah.
I've ever had.
My midnight screen was
Yeah.
pretty good too.
Which is just, for those of you playing at home, that just beats out seeing Pacific Rim at the IMAX, which was amazing. Because I think the IMAX might get busted up in Pacific Rim, so that was quite fun, amazing. But yeah, so Star Wars, definitely see it. It's so much fun. Don't read any spoilers. Don't read anything about it. Just go see it. It's the best. It's good, and Star Wars is back, and you should watch it. And if you happen to not be that familiar with Star Wars, you can basically pick it up. If you know, there's older characters in it, but I mean, if as long as you know who Han Solo is, you're good. You should definitely see it. It's really good. It's the best.
So if you combine all your not Star Wars movie and Star Wars movies top,
Yeah.
who wins out? Big Hero 6 or Star Wars?
I think Star Wars, to be honest. Yeah, Star Wars is a bigger deal than Big Hero 6.
Is it just because of the hype and how long you've been waiting?
It has been an interesting year. No, well, it's not just the hype. It did pay off, to be honest. It's a good film on its own merits, not just because it's brought Star Wars back and sort of started things again from a better place. It is genuinely a well-made film in and of itself. The characters are great. The robot is great. Although I think Baymax is a better robot than BB-8 in terms of plot and in terms of realization as well.
You should list your robots. You should have a top 2015 robots.
I've got well, this is down the bottom. So we're gonna, when we do this on Tumblr, we're gonna write a bunch of extra stuff as well. Or I am. I don't know if Terry is. Of just other little bits
I'm
and
lazy.
pieces. So yes, my best movie robots. One is Baymax,
Oh,
two
wow.
is BB-8, and three is Chappie. 'Cause Chappie was quite fun. So yeah.
Even more than Ex Machina?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that lady. Yeah, I think so. She was a good computer lady, but no, I'd rate Baymax is a lot more fun.
Okay.
Maybe.
What about Ultron? He's a robot.
No, he was just confusing. No, I wouldn't rate Ultron, to be honest.
Okay.
He was interesting, but he's a good villain, but not a particularly good robot.
Was he a good villain?
I thought so. Yeah, I thought he was. For that movie, there was a lot going on in Avengers: Age of Ultron.
They really need to flesh him out a bit more, I think.
There was a lot. Yeah, there was. arguably, to be honest, there was too much going on in that movie to really allow Ultron. Like James Spader as a terrible killbot sounds pretty good, and I think it was as good as that could be. But there was just so much happening in that movie that it's a bit hard to say. Um, cool. So is that it? What did you think of Star Wars? You like Star Wars?
I like Star Wars. I liked it more the first time, and the more I think about it, the less I like it. Like I think I've got it in my number 10
Oh,
at the
okay.
moment. But after seeing it today, it might even get shifted down a bit, mainly because the hype's gone now. I know what to expect, and I don't think it's as good as what some other things have been this year.
Okay.
Um, Pretty much, the more I think how close it is to A New Hope, the less I like it.
But it's doing that, like it's mirroring that deliberately, and it does.
So it's all right when Star Wars does it, but not all right when Jurassic World does
It's
it.
not just nostalgic references
No, it's
for
not.
fun.
It's not.
It's deliberate plot points that it will then, and it already does, kind of differentiate itself. It's sort of drawing those comparisons so that, I mean, it has to follow on and repeat that saga to an extent. So it sort of is repeating things we've seen so that it can then go on and differentiate itself. In theory, like it's possible that 8 and particularly 9 may not work out that well. So you kind of it's borrowing against itself on the assumption that like it does make you want to see what happens next, but at the same time, the whole sequel trilogy does depend on what happens in 8 and 9. It's still good. What we've seen now is still good at introducing that. But it does have a few, it does admittedly have references that are just there for nostalgia's sake. But I think those plot points are there deliberately to draw comparisons to the story, not just, it's BD Wong.
Yeah.
Because that's a thing that was in the last one.
What? Sam Neill wouldn't come back. Look at
Yeah,
this guy.
it's just he's the one person looking for work. He was in Focus. He was good in Focus. That's not fair to BD Wong. He was really good in Focus.
But back on Star Wars, the one thing I will give it is the practical effects, the CGI, and the cinematography. All of
It
this
does
combined has done a great job at building this world, at building the universe.
Yeah, the judgment
Um,
in terms of design is very, very
and
good.
I think it's done something that the prequels didn't try to do, and the originals kind of failed to do due to their limited effects capabilities of the time. Is just make you feel so small in this universe. Like you're up against some of those big Corellian starships.
The big Corellian ships.
Did I get that one right?
Close enough.
Fair enough.
The big Corellian ships.
Yeah.
Not
So
the local boat cruisers.
you feel very, very small, and they're like even in watching it 3D, you see it coming out at you in that scene, and it just makes you feel very small and see how big the universe is and how big the
I think you still
people is.
do get that sense. You don't.
I don't think they tried to do it very well. I don't think they tried to do it in the prequels, and I don't think it's as well done in these ones, in the originals, as what they've done now because of the CGI capabilities, more or less.
Yeah.
But the practical effects, I loved the practical effects in this. I enjoy practical
They
effects.
are good, yeah.
So whenever I see some puppetry in there or someone in a big suit, that's another thing I really liked. When they're on Jakku, there was the big monster creature pulling a cart or something. He's got the big
The robot arms,
robot
yeah.
arms.
Forgot
You don't
that
really
guy's name.
think of anything other than like human people getting like artificial limbs and stuff, but they put it on this big monster.
Well, they do on the Beast as well, the Lugger Beast that catches BB-8. It's partially cybernetic as well. Yeah, I'm up on it. I got my cred down. I know what a Lugger Beast is.
You can tell I'm not that familiar with Star Wars. I watch them, but I don't know every Tom, Dick, and
Still can't remember the name of Max von Sydow's character properly.
Law
Santeca, maybe?
Yeah.
I want to say Law Santeca. That's what I'm going with, Law Santeca. It's a bit confusing.
People think it's Kanan from Nevers.
No, it's people. I think it's just me. That's my pet
No,
theory.
no, I've seen it
okay.
elsewhere too, not just you.
Yeah. Then I'm just as an aside, I'm probably going to do an article on where the rest of the sequel trilogy might go in terms of direction. Just a whole bunch. I'm just going to throw out a whole bunch of ideas. A bit of critique of what is and isn't likely and what is and isn't good. If you're really, for those of you playing at home, if you want to pay attention to that, it's something you can look forward to. Cool. Shall we move on to 2016? Or
Next year, not too far away. 3
is
days away or
there
something.
anything else we need to talk about from this year? I don't think there
No,
is.
I don't think so. There was a lot that we were anticipating that it didn't pay off. Like Avengers for me, it didn't. It paid off in the first night, but I think that was just the hype that I was pretty excited for, and then repeat viewing, it kind of lost its touch.
It wasn't a good year for superheroes generally. Like Avengers wasn't. It was okay. It was very crowded. I didn't like Ant-Man that much.
I liked it as part of the MCU, but I didn't find it particularly funny.
No.
Like it kind of tried to sell itself as a bit more of a comedy.
Yeah, I think it's held up by the rest of the like it sort of uses those as a crutch. And Fantastic Four was a complete mess. What an amazing mess that was. I'm hoping we get a documentary on that or something, the making of Fantastic Four, and that explains the just horribleness and how it came to be.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, yes, 2016.
Let's go in 2016.
Right. There's another Star Wars.
There is another Star Wars. Do you want to see?
I want to see Rogue One.
Rogue One.
It'll be interesting to see. I'm excited for Rogue One. I guess at the moment it's lost in the hubbub of what the episodes are going to give us, but it'll be a fun movie. It'll be interesting to see.
So this one's going to be set like before Episode 4.
Yes,
yes. Yeah, how they get the Death Star plans.
Yes, which may probably be quite different to what happened in Dark Forces.
So they're going to get the guy back to play Palpatine.
Palpatine,
because he says that he gave him he let the rebels steal the plans.
He let them steal the plans for the second Death Star, not the first.
Oh, is that the second one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's in Jedi.
Is it the plans or is it the key to the code? Can't remember. Anyway.
Either way, they're going to steal something.
Yeah, they're going to steal some Death Star plans.
Yeah.
Riz Ahmed's in it. He was really good in Nightcrawler. Felicity Jones is in it. Donnie Yen. I'm not quite sure who Donnie Yen is. I think he's done a lot of martial arts cinema. I'm not that familiar with. But still, yeah, that's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be good to look forward to. Cool. But where am I?
What else you got?
Most anticipated movie of 2016. They're making another Independence Day. They're making Independence Day Resurgence. It's a sequel. Jeff Goldblum's in it, on the moon. Jeff Goldblum's on the moon. The aliens are back. It's Roland Emmerich's Conquest of Mars. I don't know, it looks really, really fun. It's the son of Will Smith and the daughter of Bill Paxton. And Bill Paxton's in it. And Celia Ward is the president. It looks really, really fun. It looks like a stupid action movie that we expect from Roland Emmerich. I think it'll be interesting to see as well the alternate 2016, where after the 1996 invasion of the aliens, it'll be interesting to see that. It might be fun. But then against Roland Emmerich, so who knows? But it's Jeff Goldblum on the moon.
The only thing we can count on is a countdown clock.
There will be a countdown. There will be a countdown to something. Maybe someone will do some recycling. Who knows? Horrible racist stereotypes, maybe? We'll never know.
What movie is that in?
Every Roland Emmerich movie, yeah. He's got... what is there? What is there in... There's Jeff Goldblum's Jewish boss. No, Jeff Goldblum's gay boss. Jeff Goldblum's Jewish
I think he's
dad.
Jewish and gay.
There's so much else. I don't know. There's the redneck. There's Randy Quaid's redneck. Is Will Smith? Will Smith isn't a black stereotype so much.
No, he's just black.
Yeah, but there's so much else. What else? And other movies he's done have like terrible stereotypes. It's amazing.
Like Dijon Mustard always being a bad guy.
Jimon Hunsu. No, I don't think he's put Jimon Hunsu in things. To my knowledge, off the top of my head, for Jimon Hunsu. But anyway, yeah, Independence Day. It's resurging this year. Goldblum's on the moon.
So that's it. Just one anticipation this year.
That's the main one. There's other stuff coming out this year that'll be good, I'm sure. Joy's out now. I think it's technically it'll be exciting. I want to see Joy
on our timeline. It's 2016.
Yeah, because it's a Boxing Day release. So yeah, that's exciting. But apart from that, I can't think of anything. I know there's things coming, but it's mostly just Independence Day.
I've got 15. I can't narrow them down, and they're in no particular order except for number 1.
Okay.
So Krampus. We were meant to get that this year, but it didn't. For some reason, they said no, we're not going to give it to you. So we will get it next year in either cinemas or VOD.
Okay.
So it will come. It will come. I'm sure it will. We've got Doctor Strange coming out from Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. We've got Independence Day. Some Zootopia. Disney's
Yeah.
new Zootopia. I love the trailer for that. The sloth section is absolutely hilarious, I found.
Still not sure if I've watched that.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
You should. I like it. What else do I have? The BFG. So we have Spielberg doing his new Big Friendly Giant movie. Rogue One, as we spoke about. We have the Suicide Squad. So that's going to be really good. Hopefully. Finding Dory. We finally get a sequel to see what happens to Dory. Apparently she gets lost. Assassin's Creed. Is this going to be the video game conversion to film movie that's going to be great? Let's find out and see. Deadpool. We've got Deadpool coming out. It looks pretty funny. I'm liking the trailers. Batman vs Superman. It should be good. A lot of people are really looking forward to this. It's getting lower on my list actually, but it should be good. Oops, drop the mic. We have Civil War.
Yeah, that's
coming out
again. Yeah.
The Jungle Book. I love the Jungle Book trailer. We saw that in front of
Star
Star
Wars. We did.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm really looking forward to Jungle Book. These are my top two. I'm looking forward to is Kubo and the Two Strings, animation done by Leica.
Yes.
I love the stop motion for Leica. Coraline and Box Charles and Paranorman. Absolutely fantastic.
Really
I really enjoy them. So I don't know what it's about too much, Kubo. But it did have a short teaser trailer that was released, and the animation looks fantastic in it. And my number one is The Revenant. So another Alejandro Inarritu movie. Tom Hardy's in it, and Leo. Leo gets attacked by a bear.
Leo's gunning for an Oscar.
Again, the bear might get it. You never know.
Oh, that would be amazing. But he still has to nominate. He's like, oh yes, well done, bear.
Good work, bear.
Oh.
He should get an Oscar just for being a good sport.
Good sport. The Oscar for the good sport. Who was that guy that was in? There was a guy that was in Blue Heelers. John, what's his name? But never got the gold Logie until like the last season of Blue Heelers. And we'll give it to you.
Howard? John Howard?
No, it wasn't John Howard.
Is he even in Blue Heelers?
No, he wasn't. Sergeant Tom Croydon, Senior Sergeant Tom Croydon, whatever his name was.
Oh.
It's basically the Leo of Australian television. In very, very basic way.
So yeah, The Revenant comes out on the 7th
Yes.
of January. So I don't have to wait too long for my most anticipated movie.
That's good.
Yeah, it is
That's
good.
good.
It's good because if I'm on a high, then the rest of it's all
You can
downhill.
just,
I can just scoot by 2016.
Have a day off.
Yeah, have a year off.
You can. Just sit at home and watch The Fifth Element over and over again.
That was a I'll tell you later.
Okay.
That'll be in the bonus special features. That
Okay.
bit. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to in 2016.
Cool.
So I think we're done.
Is that it? Yes, that's basically it. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Cool. Not a moment too soon. Okay, so where do you find us? You can find us
Everywhere.
On the internet. Our main blog is at sfdfmoviereviews.tumblr.com. You can find us at SFDF, that's mirrored, at sfdfmoviereviews.kindred.com. You can find us at facebook.com/sfdfmoviereviews. You can find us at Twitter at sfdfmoviereview, singular. For our podcasts, which we'll make we'll go back to making once Terry has proper internet. That'll be at soundcloud.com/sfdf, wherever good SoundClouds are found. If you want to email us, you can email us at in space no one can eat ice cream at gmail.com. You can find us on iTunes by searching SFDF Movie Reviews. It was an SFDF Movie Podcast.
Movie podcast.
SFDF Movie Podcast. Been saying it wrong all this time. Been making an idiot out of
There's
myself.
the ID there. If you really want. I've got the ID up.
Oh, there we go. The ID is 1-681-059. That ID again is ID 1-681-059.
And if you
Lodgebag
call
11,
now-
Willoughby, New South Wales. What was the other thing? What's our YouTube called? Which is probably where this is going to be hosted. Do we know?
I know, but if you're on there, you're already watching it, so
Yeah, if you're
we already
watching
know
this
it.
on YouTube.
It's probably just a SDF movie reviews on YouTube.
Having said all, like we sound quite stupid not knowing this. It is all linked down the side of the blog, which is sfdfmoviereviews.tumblr.com. There's a bunch of links down the side to our other things, and also a bunch of tags if you want to read all our Star Wars stuff or our Marvel stuff if that's something you'd like to do. Cool. So is that it from us today?
I think that's it from
Cool.
us.
All right. I'm gonna go home and set up the computer.
Oh, that should be handy.
Oh no, I gotta get emails. It's boring. It's a whole thing.
Well, at least now you're back in the country, you can do it. I don't have to go.
Yeah,
to
you
your
don't have
mum's
to go
house
and
all the
help
time.
mum. Yeah. Anyway.
I don't mind giving a hand.
No, it's awful. It's just awful. Alright.
All right. See yous later.
Bye.
Bye. Where's the stop button?
It's that one right there.